century, doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it screams from the haters, better like
Back here on a Wednesday night in West Hartford. Hall Titans taking on the Simsbury Trojans. So this one's brought in there for a strike. On a fly out and a ground out for the Trojans. Pitch. This one is popped up into right field. And outfielder is there to make the grab. So 1, 2, 3 go the Trojans. We'll be back with more action in West Hartford here on WHCI. Back in West Hartford, Simsbury's taking their first crack at defense. That one is in there for a strike. Hall looks to nab another win at home. As Tyler Redden steps in as this one is going to be cracked down a shortstop. The throw to first is in time, just by a hair. Baseman able to stretch to make that play and able to keep his foot planted on that. Pitch in there for a strike. Calvin Cianflone up to bat for the Titans. Schwartz on the mound for Simsbury. The pitch. This one is ripped right to the shortstop. Toss over to first. In time for the second out. Let's take a look at how Simsbury and the Trojans are lining up on the defensive end. In left field, Keller. Center field, Bolu. Right field, Kraft. From the left to the right on the infield, it's Mascaro, Gills, Donalski, and Matisic. Behind the plate, DeVita on the pitch. This one is right up through the middle. That'll be a base hit for Tommy Hussey. Well, it goes so fast, Hussey sneaks a single in before I can finish the defensive alignment for Simsbury. So now Hall has got one on with 2 away. Matthew Panarella will step on in. Shore sets the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Shore sets, checks his man on first. The pitch. That's low for a ball. Well, their home opener for the Titans last week, we saw something great. Down 4-0, Hall comes into the 5th inning and scores an astounding 11 runs to win the game in an unbelievable effort from the Titans. As that one is past the catcher, the run to second. He's thinking about going third, but he won't. So Hussey's in there with a stolen base on the pass ball. 2-1 now to Panarella. And what an effort it was from the Titans. I mean, 11 runs in an inning, that is something you don't see often at any level, but especially here at the high school level, it's always good to see, and it must have felt great in their home opener. The pitch from Schwartz. One's outside, now 3-1. Man in scoring position with 2 away here. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. And now it's full here. He sets the stretch. This one is ripped into right field. It'll get down there for at least hit. Hussey rounding third to throw home. Panarella will, in time, move to second, meanwhile, and it'll rule that an RBI double for the Titans, who get on the board early this time around. What a heads-up play there from both base runners. I mean, you know, when you see a guy throw home, you think you can get to second, go for it. Panarella says, yes, I can, and he goes for it. And, well, now they just basically traded places. Now there's another man in scoring position with 2 away. It's the pitch. In there for a strike. Josh Gertner, the man at the plate, and hopefully the man with a plan with 2 outs. Draws the pitch. Inside for a ball. 1-1. Schwaz already up to 13 pitches. Looks at his man on second. His second baseman wasn't really ready for him to go for the pickoff attempt, so nothing doing. Schwaz sets. The pitch is in there for a strike. Schwaz. A little check swing there. And it'll be called. So strike 3, and Gertner goes down. But not before Hall picks up a run on a couple of hits. We go to the top of the second, 1-0. Back here in West Hartford, the pitch is in there for a strike. Titans took a 1-0 lead as we step into the top of the second here. This one is ripped, and it'll be through the middle for a base hit. So Keller gets on board. As now a man on with nobody away. Let's take a look, though, at today's matchup in a little bit more in depth, if you will. Simsbury versus Hall. This is a back-to-back night for the Titans. This one is outside for a ball to Boosum at the plate. Titans will also play again tomorrow, the big inter-city rival game, Hall versus Connor, streamed live here on WHCI. This one is swung at with a good cut, but it's a strike. And they'll be live with that game tomorrow at 4. Davidson checks his man on first. The pitch. Outside for ball. Now 2-1. Davidson throws to first. Checks on Keller. And nothing doing. Grant Davidson the pitch. This one is ripped just above the third baseman's head into left field. Rounding second, headed for third is the lead runner. Keller will get in there to third safely, and Bussam's in there with a double. So now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Gills will step in. This one is hit, flown to right field. There to make the play, the throw home. It's not in time. So Keller will score and Bassam will move up to third, and we are now tied. Let's take a look at this Hall defense. From left to right in the outfield, Tommy Hussey in left field, Burke Reynolds in center field, and Lou Sauer in right. From left to right in the infield, Max Hannawalt, Josh Gertner at short, Calvin Cianflone at second, Matthew Panarella at first. Behind the plate, Tyler Redden, and on the mound for the Titans, Grant Davidson. As this one is flown into right center field. Sauer is there to make the play. The throw home, tries to go for the tag. No, is not able to make the tag, but a great throw from Lou Sauer out in right field. Simsbury will end up taking the lead on that one from Kraft on the sac fly. So 2 away. Bases are completely clear now after the sacrifice fly. We'll have a quick mound visit. 2-1 your score here. Trojans lead the Titans. Davidson, the pitcher, will take a moment. He's a junior here at Hall. His favorite team is the New York Yankees. The pitch. This one is ripped. Right center field. Sauer with a sliding grab. Oh my goodness. Sauer with an absolutely amazing sliding grab. ESPN, are you watching? That'll end the inning. But not before Simsbury scores 2. 2-1 the score. We go to the bottom half of the second here in West Hartford. back in West Hartford for some more high school baseball. Titans up to bat now. The pitch. Little bunt attempt. Third baseman scoops it. The throw to first. Safe! And he beats out the throw. Speedy, speedy legs. Titans get one on the bunt attempt from Max Hannawalt. Burke Reynolds will step in, and the speedy Hannawalt on first. You got to watch out for a steal attempt. Schwaz the pitch, and Reynolds will look at that one and scoff as that one is outside. 50 degrees and windy here in West Hartford, Connecticut. As Schwaz will throw this one to first. Hannawalt is safe, gets back in time as nothing's doing. .50 and sunny is the weather. Outside for a ball. On this Wednesday afternoon in West Hartford. Hannawalt leads off first. Schwaz checks on him. The stretch. 3-0. You give him the green light on 3-0? I always have to ask that question, you know? Let's see if Sanford does. At the high school level, he'll take a 4-pitch walk. Burke Reynolds with a walk there for the Titans. Hannawalt moves to second. Now Reynolds on first. Oh, did I mention? Nobody's out. Schwaz the pitch. Founds outside for a ball. Quinn O'Neill the batter for the Titans. The pitch. Allen's in there, 1-1. Quinn O'Neill, he's played baseball for 12 years. His brother plays football at Middlebury College. Schwaz steps off. And we'll do it again. Hannawalt on second. Reynolds on first. The pitch. Squeeze attempt is no good. Be a strike. One and one now to O'Neill. Schwaz the 1-1. This one is chopped. Second baseman tries to grab it with a backwards scoop, but is unable to make the play. So Quinn O'Neill will be safe at first. And now the bases are loaded. This is a familiar scene. Where have we seen this before? Let me paint a picture. The fifth inning on opening night and the home opener for Hall is where we've seen this before. And Lou Sauer, the right fielder, will step on in to see if he can make something out of this. Allen's in there for a strike. So Max Hannawalt on third, Burke Reynolds on second, Quinn O'Neill at first for the Titans. The pitch. Sauer looks at that and says no thank you. Takes a practice swing. The pitch. This one is popped up. Foul territory. First baseman going for it. Unable to make the play. Got to watch out for that sun. It is peeking out a lot. This is what they would call in the media not very good camera weather. A beautiful sunny day sounds great, but for the cameraman that sit beside me, it's not. The pitch. High for a ball. Titans looking to capitalize here and break this game wide open. The pitch. This one is ripped foul behind the backstop. And that'll land on the adjacent field that is empty right now here in Hall. Behind me, we've got another JV game going on, another baseball game, I should say. The JV team is here. Varsity is that one's outside for a ball. Both teams able to support each other in that sense with all the fields next to each other. Schwaz the pitch. That one is outside. So Schwaz will walk Hannawalt home. So the bases will remain loaded. Sauer draws the walk. And the game is now tied after the bases loaded, no out walk. And we're going to have a quick mound visit for Simsbury. All right, so after the mound visit, Simsbury readjusts, and in steps in Tyler Redden. Calls for time. He's the catcher today for the Hall Titans. The pitch to Redden. This one is ripped center field deep. Center fielder's looking at it. He'll make the catch. Throw home. Not in time. So sacrifice fly works. It'll bring in a run and move up the runner from second to third. Runners on the corners with now one away after the sac fly. Well, last time out early on in the home opener, we saw sort of a pitcher's duel up until about the fifth inning. And now we're seeing a slugfest. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. Hall looking for back-to-back wins. They won yesterday. They'll look to win today and go for a 3-game sweep tomorrow. Throw the first, checking on the runner. Nothing doing there at first. Lou Sauer gets back in time. So 2 on, 1 out. The 0-1 to Sion Flane. This one is flown out. Right field. Right fielder is there. The throw in. Oh, unable to scoop it up. So the run will score. And Sauer says, thank you very much, and snags second base in the meantime. So now Hall extends their lead to 2. The score is now 4-2 for those watching at home. Tommy Hussey steps on in. The pitch. One's outside for a ball. For those watching at home, we thank you, first of all, for watching, and we hope you share this and perhaps like and subscribe while you're here. The pitch. Swung on and missed, now 1-1. The pitch. Hussey rips this one, but foul. Sauer in scoring position with 2 away. The pitch. This one is smoked. Center field, right to the center fielder, though, for the 3rd out. So 3 runs come across to score as the Titans take the lead. It is 4-2 here in West Hartford. Back here in West Hartford, WHCI, Anthony Altamirano on the play-by-play. Davidson pitches. One's outside for a ball. Hall leads 4-2. Scored 3 in the second, 1 in the first. Davidson the pitch. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1 now. Mascaro at the plate for Simsbury. Davis in the stretch. This one is ripped. Center field. Reynolds and Sauer trying to block the sun. Reynolds there to make the catch. 1 away now for Simsbury. Well, we mentioned the sun earlier, and that's definitely going to be a factor for those outfielders today. It keeps peeking in and out and in and out behind the clouds. No good for the outfielders, no good for the cameraman. But they all deal with it as the pitch is in there for a strike. Matt Chick in there for Simsbury. Davidson sets the pitch. Is outside. 1-1. We mentioned tomorrow Hall is playing the 3rd straight game. Be playing against Conard in the inter-city rival game. That one's outside for a ball. And we'll be streaming in here at WHCI. So make sure you tune in. Davidson sets the pitch. One's close inside. Another ball. Davidson up to 26 pitches so far. The 3-1. In there for a strike. All right, well, here's the full count. Davidson sets. The stretch. In there for a strike. Catches the batter looking there.
Always working Lou. Always working Lou.
And that'll be the second out. Titans looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. One's low for a ball to Donalski, who steps in for Simsbury. Davidson sets. The pitch. This one is ripped. They look it down there for a base hit. A little two-out single there for Donalski and Simsbury. So now a runner on first, 2 outs. Pitch. This one is hit right to the shortstop. He'll get the force out at second, and that will end the inning. So 1 hit, no runs scored as the Titans get out of it. Score is 4-2. You're watching WHCI. Back here in West Hartford, 4-2 the score for the Titans. One's in there for a strike. 1-1 now. First pitch was a ball to Matthew Panarella. The pitch. Panarella cuts and misses. 1-2 now. Schwaz, the pitch. Outside. 2-2. Panarella's a junior. Plays first base, a little bit of outfield, a little bit of pitching. Utility man. Outside for a ball. The pitch. It's cut and missed for the strikeout. Well, a good cut there from Panarella, but just a little bit off there on the approach, and unfortunately didn't work out this time, but keep taking those cuts, and oh man, watch out, outfielders. So 1 away now after the strikeout, and That one's in there for a strike. Schwaz the pitch. It's in there for a strike. So Gertner comes in, and it's 0-2 to start his count. The 0-2 to Gertner. Oh, almost gets him there. He has to kind of lean out of the way there to avoid the contact. The 1-2. This one is chopped, foul behind the backstop and over to the adjacent field behind, rather next to this one. Gertner steps in. Schwaz the pitch. This one is ripped, and it gets through up the middle for a base hit. Gertner gets on board with one away.
Keep going, try, kid.
So Max Hanawalt steps in after the one-out single. Throwback to first. Not in time. Gertner gets back safely. Well, I tell you, Schwaz from Simsbury, he knows how fast the Titans are, and that's why he keeps checking up on his runners and making sure they're not trying anything. As Hanawalt sends this one, but right to second base. The throw to first is in time, catches Gertner in a bit of a standoff, and that'll end the inning on the double play. No runs scored, but a hit. 4-2, your score headed in to the bottom of the third. Excuse me, the top of the fourth. Back here in West Hartford, top of the fourth. So that one is swung on and missed for strike one. Grant Davidson still on the mound for Hall. He's up to 32 pitches thus far. That one's in there for a strike. Keller up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. Davidson on a good pace. The pitch. This one is chopped behind home plate for a foul. Mentioned Davidson on a good little pace here. 33 pitches. 34 now. That one is 35 as he gets the strikeout to go with it. Catches Keller swinging and missing. Second strikeout of the game for Davidson. Bulsam steps in. He's 1 for 1 today. Nothing doing there. The ball. The pitch. This one is checked, but he goes too far, and that'll be a strike. 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1. Oof. Kind of little inside there. He says, "Excuse me," and gets out of the way. So 2-1 now. One away. Nobody on. The 2-1. This one is ripped, but foul. Down that third base line. Davidson sets the pitch. This one is ripped. Left center field. Scooped up the throw in. Be just a single. Good hustle from Hussey, able to grab that ball quickly and get it in. Avoid that being a double or better. Simsbury is on first with a 1-out single and steps in as Gills. Davis in the stretch. Oh, Gills gets caught looking there with a swing and a miss. And that high heat from Grant Davidson. The pitch. This one is checked, but it didn't matter because it's in there. 0-2 now. Davidson checks his runner on first. The stretch, the 0-2. This one is ripped. Second baseman unable to get there. Sauer scoops it up. Throw into second. Voids the runner headed to third. And that's another 1-out single. Runners on first and second now with one away. Catcher will come up and Tyler Redden, the catcher, will come up and check on his pitcher, make sure he's doing all right. Davidson sets. Steps off. In his craft for Simsbury. Pitch. One's outside for a ball. The 1-0 is outside again. One was dropped, but nothing doing from the runners. Checks on his runners. The 2-0. Nothing doing. Outside again. 3-0 now. You think he goes on 3-0? It'll be interesting to see if he does. I'll bet he looks. The pitch. My suspicions were right, and he looks, and it ends up being ball 4. So with 2 runners on, he gets a 4-pitch walk, and that'll load the bases right up for Simsbury. Simsbury with 2 runners in scoring position. And this bases loaded opportunity. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike to DeVita. Simsbury on third, Gills on second, Kraft on first for the Trojans. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. So it quickly becomes 0-2 now. Pitch. Checks his swing, but gets him looking. Tried to hold up there, but it didn't matter. It was in there. 3-pitch strikeout for Davidson, his third of the game. And now with 2 away, bases are loaded for Mascaro, who takes a look at the first pitch thrown to him as it was outside for a ball. Davidson the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 now. The pitch. Swings at a pitch in the dirt for a strike. Pitch. Swings and misses, and he gets out of the jam. Grant Davidson able to get out of a bases-loaded jam. Hall leads 4-2. Bottom of the fourth. Action coming up next. WHCI. All right, we're back here in West Hartford. This is a very chilly day here. It's Wednesday afternoon. 50 degrees, but the wind is making itself known. The pitch. This one is hit foul behind the backstop. Burke Reynolds in for Hall. The pitch. Reynolds rips this one down the first base line. First baseman scoops it up, steps on the bag himself for the first out of the game, or the inning. Reynolds goes out with a ground out, and in steps in is Quinn O'Neill. Pitch from Schwaz. This one is popped up, foul over and hits the ground beside me and bounces into the adjacent field. That field is getting a lot more action than it thought it was today. Now 4 or 5 foul balls have been hit there as this one is popped up. Foul again. Third baseman is there, though, for the second out. And now with 2 away, nobody on. Schwaz will look for a 1-2-3 inning. That one's in there for a strike, and Lou Sauer will be the man who has something to say about that. The pitch to Sauer. This one is hit, bobbled off the ground. Their home plate third baseman is there, picks it up, throws it to first in time, and the Titans go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth. So 1-2-3 go the Titans. We go to the fifth. They still lead 4-2. Back here for high school baseball action in West Hartford. Top of the fifth. Grant Davidson still out there on the mound. So he throws a ball. He's out there on the mound for Hall still. Very, very windy day in West Hartford, Connecticut. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. First baseman for Simsbury. This one is swung on and hit into right field. Sauer's tracking it down. It hits the right before the wall. Sauer throws it in, and that's in there for a double, leadoff double. That would hit the warning track in the outfield, so not enough to go the distance, but enough there for the wind not to play too much of a factor. It is blowing against the balls at the moment, so not enough carry, and you're not going to get any help from Mother Nature today. The pitch. This one is also swung on, hit into right center field. Sauer, Reynolds tracking it down. Reynolds with a leaping catch, but he's unable to quite get there. So a good effort from Reynolds, but unable to get the runner at third, but he is able to get the batter. So the runner moves up to third from second. One out. That one is in there for a strike. The pitch from Davidson. That one's also in there. 0-2 now. Runner on third with one out. The pitch. This one is popped up. Foul territory. And out of play. Heads up to the folks over by the bleachers. That one lands on the path down to the ball field. The 1-2. Swung on and got him. Look, got him there. His fifth strikeout of the game. Fifth strikeout is also the second out of the inning. And we're going to have a quick mound visit. We'll be right back. So after the mound visit, the pitch is in there for a ball. Now it's ball 2. Keller at the plate. The pitch to Keller. Keller swings and misses on this one. 2-1 now with 2 away. Runner on third. The pitch. Outside. That was Davidson's 66th pitch of the game. Gotta wonder if they're gonna take him out soon, as this one is swung on and missed for strike 2. Full count now. Davidson checks his runner. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him for his 6th strikeout of the game. Davidson gets out of another jam. It's down goes Simsbury. It's 4-2. You're watching WHCI. Back here in West Hartford. Titans lead 4-2. And they'll intentionally walk the batter. So they'll put a man on first to begin this half inning. Excuse me, he was hit by the pitch. That is my fault. We are battling Sun in the outfield. He was actually hit by the pitch. According to Game Changer. That one's outside for a ball. So Redden on first and Calvin Cianflone at the plate. Throw to first. Nothing doing. Try's still out there on the mound for Simsbury. Throw to first again. And Redden is there again in time. Back-to-back pickoff attempts for the Trojans. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Schwaz sets, checks his runner on first, the throw to first, safe. His third pickoff attempt. This at bat. Redden leads off the pitch. Swings and misses. For a strike, Sion Flynn. The 1-2. Redden goes, breaks. That one's outside for a ball to throw to second. Not in time. Redden's in there. He's going to third now. And he'll make it all the way from first to third. Heads up play there from Tyler Redden. The stolen base attempt is good when they overthrow into the outfield, and Redden is able to take that opportunity to then take an extra bag while he's at it. Sit down runner at third in the 2-2 count. Low for a ball. Nobody out. Titans have a chance to extend their lead to 3 here. Schwaz steps off. The pitch. This one is chopped. Third baseman scoops it up. The throw to first is in time. So Redden doesn't move, and Sion Flynn grounds out. Great hustle from him, though. He almost beat out the throw, honestly. But he wasn't quite fast enough this time. Tommy Hussey steps on in. The pitch. One's outside for a ball. The 1-0. This one is ripped through the middle for a base hit. Redden will score. Hussey will stay at 1. It's an RBI single with 1 out. And Hall extends their lead to 3 now. So Matthew Pinarella will step on in, and what a great walk-up song he's got. Pitch. One's high for a ball. Sweet Escape is the walk-up song for those that couldn't hear it, and Gunnar Henderson actually has that. Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles actually has got that one. It's a great song. The pitch is in there for a strike. So the 1-1 to Panarella with 1 away. Hussey on first. The pitch outside for a ball. Try to check Hussey at first, and he's in there and safe. Schwaz sets the pitch. High for a ball. One out, 1 on. Schwaz sets the 3-1 to Panarella. That one's low and downside for ball 4. So Panarella gets on to the walk. Hussey moves up to second. And now that puts 2 runners on. As in steps in Josh Gertner. Schwaz sets the pitch to Gertner. That one's high and inside for a ball. Two runners on. 1 runner out. Schwaz checks his runners. The pitch. That one is in there for a strike. He's north of 70 pitches now, so it's not a question of if, it's a question of when will Simsbury decide to rest their starter. He steps off the mound. The 1-1, no, he'll throw to second. Tries to check Tommy Hussey, and he's there, safe. Pitch. Allen's in there for a strike. 1-2 now to Gertner. Pitch. That one is grounded past shortstop and into the outfield. Panarella will move to second. Hussey will score. And Josh Gertner's got himself an RBI single. Titans extend their lead to 4 and now lead 6-2. Two on, 1 out. Max Hanawalt swings and pops this one up foul territory. And could you guess where it went? It went to the adjacent field again, next to where we are playing baseball right now. The field hockey field. The 0-1. This one is ripped down the first base line. That one is fair. Rounding bases are the Titans. One is going to score. Panarella will score. Gertner will make his way to third. And Max Hanawalt will get in there with an RBI double. That one is a place where a lot of fielders don't like to see it, as they're going to get a mound visit here for Simsbury. But it's a place where a lot of players that are on defense don't like to see it. It's a ball that, is hit, and it goes just past the bag and drops fair before rolling down that first base line foul into foul territory. It makes it a little bit harder for the right fielder to quickly scoop it up and kind of put it in. But, what are you going to do? For the Titans, it went their way that time. Schwaz will stay in the game here as 7-2 is your score. Burke Reynolds 0 for 1 today, but he's going to look to change that here. He's got an opportunity to get some ribbies under his name, too, while he's at it. Takes a practice cut. Schwaz is up to 76 pitches so far this game. Looks like Simsbury is going to try to let him finish the inning. I would be shocked if he came back. It's a lot of pitches thrown for any age. Pitch. Reynolds right back to Schwaz, the throw to first in time for the second out. So after the ground out, nobody moves, and Quinn O'Neill will step on in with 2 away. Pitch. That one's in there for a strike. The pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-1 now, the count. The pitch to O'Neill, who gets this one grounded to short. The throw to first is just in time. He thought he was safe. He can't believe the call. Another close play, but it goes the way of Simsbury this time, and that'll end the inning, not before 3 runs come across to score. The score is 7-2. You're watching WHCI. Back here for West Hartford High School baseball. So this one is grounded to the third baseman. He'll chuck it over to first for the out, and that is a very quick out, number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Your live score is 7-2, Hall leading. Max Hanwald able to make that last play, and Bussam goes down. Grant Davidson still out there for the Titans. The 1-0. One's outside for a ball. He's now north of 70 pitches as well, so it'll be interesting to see. Got one more inning left of work. They might put in a middle reliever, but pitch from Davidson as this one is ripped right to the shortstop. Scooped up, throw to first is in time for the second out. You know, it's always a judgment call at any level of baseball whether to take out your starter when he's putting up a good performance like this. Obviously, fatigue is a factor that comes across every coach's mind in a situation like this. But with 1 inning left, it'd be interesting to see if they take him out. I really doubt it as long as he gets out of this inning within the next 2 batters and not too many pitches thrown, I could see him going at least a full game in this situation. Give the bullpen a little bit of a break as we're catching a lot of wind here in West Hartford as this one is popped up. Loose. Sauer's tracking it down. Sauer just misses it. It drops. Runner goes to second. The wind playing factors in everything as Kraft gets himself a double with 2 away. Sauer tried to track that down, but this wind is no joke. We weren't kidding, folks. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. DeVita at the plate for Simsbury. The pitch. And that one's no good. It's a ball. Well, during their home opener, I mentioned we hope you're home. We do hope you're home now. We've got fans here, and if you're watching on the bench side, we feel your pain, and we're glad you're here in person with us. But for those at home, smart decision. It is very, very wind chilly as this one is skied into right field. Sauer calls everybody off. He makes the routine catch to end the inning. So 1 hit, the 2-out double from Kraft, but no runs scored. 7-2, your score. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. Back here in West Hartford, bottom of the 6th, 7-2 your score for Hall. Lou Sauer ended the last inning catching that fly out, and he's starting this inning at the plate. He'll be welcomed with a strike. This one is ripped into right field. It drops just before it hits the glove of the right fielder. It's gonna be a base hit. Morella, the new pitcher for Simsbury, Schwaz was taken out in between innings. And he was north of 70 pitches. We might see the same thing on the Hall side with Davidson also north of 70 pitches. But we talked about fatigue, plays factors. Here's the pitch. That one is low and in the dirt for a ball to Tyler Redden, the catcher. Fatigue is nasty. You have to watch it, but obviously smart on both sides. In a game like this, as the pitch to Redden is in there for a strike. Smart to play games like this when the score is kind of set early on. It kind of gives you the vibe of the game, and it's able to, make a plan for what your bullpen's got going on, and give your bullpen some rest as much as you can. That one is high for a ball. The 2-1. Redden hits this one, chops it to down the first base line. First baseman not even able to scoop it up, and Sauer moves to second safely, and Redden gets to first on an infield single. And that'll be ruled an error on the first baseman, so reaches on an error or a row for Tyler Redden. No infield single. The pitch. Oh, that one hits him. Tries to go for the squeeze, and ouch. I'll tell you something that I remember as a former ball player is getting hit, no fun. Can I tell you something, though? Getting hit in brisk weather is even less fun. That one's going to sting. Calvin Cianflone will take his base after being hit. No trainers come out, so he's all good. He walks it off, but they're fun to get hit. Which will load the bases up with nobody out, and that'll be Tommy Hussey at the plate. Morella sets the pitch. Hussey swings low and tips this one just behind home plate. Catcher will grab it, toss it back to his pitcher. That's going to be ruled a foul ball, so strike one. Well, this is the second night of a back-to-back. Actually, it's three straight that Hall will be playing, as this one is inside for a ball. And tomorrow they'll be back yet again, and so will we. WHCI will be live. Conard versus Hall, the inner city rivals, will be playing tomorrow. So this one is ripped down the third base line and into the outfield. One runner scores. Now rounding third, a second runner will come in to score. So two runners score on the single from Tommy Hussey. And it'll now be 9-2. As Matthew Panarella will step up to Powie, your sweet escape yet again. I can't get over it. It's a great, Matt, if you're watching this back, it's great. I love it. That one's in there for a strike. It's 2 on with nobody out. Nothing doing. Tried to catch the runners in action. Panarella 1 for 2 today. The 1-1. The squeeze attempt. Fair throw to first. He's in time. So the squeeze attempt does its job and advances both runners. So now runners on second and third with one away. Morella sets. The pitch. Allen's outside for a ball. Josh Gertner, the batter. The pitch. In there for a strike. I was going to say the pitch. Allen's in there for a strike. The pitch is outside for a ball. Cianfilone third, Hussey at second, Gardner at the plate. The 2-2. Outside for another ball. 3-2 now. Well, yesterday was April 15th, and now every April 15th is Jackie Robinson Day in the major and minor leagues. So a day where we celebrate the life and legacy of Jackie Robinson. So this one is swung on, chopped, foul. Of course, yes, the life and legacy of the great Jackie Robinson, things he did for the sport. And it's a day in which all players in the major league wear the number 42 in his honor. It's retired by every single major league team. The last player to wear the number of the great Mariano Rivera. That one is in there for a strike. So Gertner goes down looking. Of course, Rivera had a blessing from Robinson's family to wear that number, and he had an illustrious career, a Hall of Famer. He wore the number proud, as that one is in there for a ball. Max Hanawalt steps on in. 2 away and 2 on. The pitch. Down low for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Hanawalt. Morello, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2. Here in West Hartford, Connecticut, not too far away from Duncan Park, home of the Yard Goats, minor league affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. As this one is ripped into right field, it drops. Sun is blinding. Runner will score. 2 runners are in, and he rounds second all the way to third for a 2 RBI triple. Have yourself a day, Max Hanawalt. Two RBI triple for Max Hanawalt with 2 outs. The pitch. That one is in there for a strike to Burke Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 2 today, looking for his first knock of the game. The pitch to Reynolds. Reynolds smokes this one into right field. It's his first hit of the day, and it's an RBI single. As Hall extends their lead now, leading by 10. It's 12-2. And they'll end up calling this game. 12-2 will be your final score. We've been Hall ends up mercy ruling the Simsbury Trojans. The Titans pick up a win, back-to-back wins now for Hall as they improve on their season. They look to sweep the home series tomorrow. They are back at it again for their third straight game, and they'll be playing the crosstown rivals, the Conard Red Wolves, right here, and you can catch it on WHCI. Same time, same place. We ask you to share, like, subscribe. And we thank you for watching. One last time, your final score, 12-2 here in West Hartford. This is Anthony Altamirano on the play-by-play, signing off.